Hi, I'm Jennifer Chino with Anchored in Annapolis, and today I'm very excited to be here with a friend of mine, Kimberly Hilliard with Front Porch Travel. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited too.
I've known Kimberly for a very long time, and one of her passions is travel. So she has turned that into something that is incredible and something that I actually didn't know a lot about until I started working with Kimberly, who is my travel agent. And she is working with Front Porch Travel. And today we're going to talk a little bit about what that means, because I think a lot of people don't understand what travel agents actually do. So, welcome. Would you mind starting out by giving people a little bit of an idea of what it means to be a travel agent and how you can help them with sort of working with them for travel?
Absolutely. Well, let me give you a little bit of background about Front Porch Travel. So Front Porch Travel is celebrating its 10th anniversary. Wow. Believe it or not, we started in Charleston, South Carolina in 2015, and I brought Front Porch Travel to Annapolis in 2020. So we're actually celebrating 5 years here in Annapolis. You mentioned that I'm a travel agent. Actually, I'm a travel advisor. So they have changed the terminology over the years, because we are not just agents, we're actually advising you on your travel. And how I view my business is I'm not just a transactional, one-time, plan one little trip. I want to be your travel advisor for life. So I sit down with my clients and I help create their bucket list. Where do you want to go in the next 5, 10, 15 years? And we figure out ways of making all those trips and dreams happen.
That's amazing. Well, Kim did help me with probably the most magical trip we've ever taken, and that was to Nevis, and she made it very special. And we were there for actual Christmas a couple years ago, and just the little touches that were done, and just anything and everything we could imagine. It was literally a bucket list item, and it's a memory that we will have forever. So tell people a little bit about sort of the back end of how you help people, and then how, because I think a lot of times people think that they might have to pay or there's a fee associated with it, and how that works.
Okay, great question. So my business is very similar to many other businesses. It's all about relationships. And I make it my number one priority to go out and know people at every resort, every destination. I partner with tourism boards so that when I am planning a trip for my clients, you're going to get the personalized attention. You're going to get the extra perks, the extra amenities. Again, like anything in life, it's about relationships. So when I book my client somewhere, I have personal contacts there. I reach out and my clients are taken care of. So all the little special perks and amenities that we were able to do and little magical touches is because I have so many great contacts at Nevis, which is a fantastic property, which is on my bucket list. I still haven't been there, but I send clients there all the time.
It was great. And it's so interesting because, there's some people that like, planning travel and doing all that, but there's so many little intricacies that come along with planning a trip. And that's one of the things where I'm like, this is where we want to go. This is what we want to do. Plan that for us. And it was so nice to have somebody just put it all together and say, here's your itinerary. Here's what you're doing. Here's the like literally everything was taken care of. And it was just such a nice way to travel. Do you have a favorite trip that you've taken recently? Because I know I follow you on Instagram and Facebook. So I'll put the links in the description so you can follow Kim and all of her adventures. Do you have a latest favorite trip that you've taken?
So I get asked that question all the time. And every trip is my favorite trip because I can find something fabulous about every trip.
Okay.
But just a few weeks ago, I did do a 2-week trip to Austria and Germany and spent time in Vienna, Salzburg, which if you've never been to Salzburg, please put that on your list, and Munich. And it was amazing. There's so many amazing things to do and see, and the people are so kind. I know I've been asked recently if it's tough traveling overseas, but most places overseas, their number one industry is travel and tourism. So they need us and they love us and they want us there. So do not be afraid to travel anywhere, really.
Well, and I know you have a lot of times you find out from these different resorts that there's different specials. I know you've told me about some specials that are going on. So if people reach out to you, they can get on a mailing list so they can find out about those.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. So just reach out to me and I can add you to my email list to see what specials that are coming up. There's always some type of special. But before I work with a client, I usually set up a phone consultation where we'll kind of go through what they're looking for so that I can hear all their trip needs. And sometimes clients call me and have no idea where they want to go, and we talk through it, and somehow we'll narrow it down to their number one choice, and we'll make it happen.
And I know you have a women's trip coming up.
Yes.
Do you want to talk a little bit about that and if there's any spots left?
Oh, absolutely. Yes. So I will be hosting 2 trips a year, 2 escorted trips. So the first trip that I'm hosting will be this November 2025. And I am taking a group. Right now, I do have 15 women going, but I do have a few spots left. So if you're interested, but it's for a 5-day, 4-night trip to the British Virgin Islands. We're going to be staying on Scrub Island, but everything is curated perfectly. You're going to have private water taxis. You're going to island hop. You're going to go to some national parks. You're going to snorkel, go to Soggy Dollar, jump off the Willie T. It will definitely be a bucket list trip. So please let me know if you're interested.
And you do trips for, honeymoons and families, just anybody who's looking to travel within the United States or around the world.
The world. I book the world, and I do have contacts all over the world. And that's what makes my service, I personally think, so wonderful, because I look back on my life and all the trips that I planned before I was a travel advisor, and I think, why did I not use a travel advisor? It's ridiculous. I wasted so much time Googling and looking up. No, I know. So, I've already vetted. I've already done the research. I've already either been there, know someone that's been there, or have a contact there. So don't waste your time.
And then if they want to reach out to you, how does it work with your services? Is there a fee associated with it? How does that work?
Great question. Depending on the scope of the trip, there sometimes is a fee. It's a very minimal fee, and it's typically between $100 and $500 based on how detailed the work is, or how many flights and how many countries.
That's
and
very
things
reasonable.
like that.
That's a lot of work planning a trip.
And I'm with you again from start to finish through the trip. So if there's any issues in travel, and then after your trip. And like I said, my goal is to be your travel advisor for life.
That's amazing. I'm so excited to book my next trip. And they say that's actually the key to just always have a travel booked, and always have something to look forward to. So I really hope people take advantage of that and reach out to you. So if you're looking to reach out to Kim, I will have all of her contact information linked below. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments, and we look forward to seeing you next time.
Thank you.